وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم مولاي صل وسلم على حبيبك مولاي صل وسلم دائما على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما
Aku bersyukur kau di sini kasih, di kalbuku mengiringi, dan padamu ingin ku sampaikan. Kau cahaya hati, dulu ku palingkan diri dari cinta, hingga kau hadir rubah segalanya. Oh, inilah janjiku kepadamu, sepanjang hidup bersamamu, kesetiaanku tulus untukmu hingga akhir waktu. Kaulah cintaku, cintaku sepanjang hidup. Seiring waktu aku bersyukur atas hadirmu kini dan selamanya. Aku milikmu, yakini hatiku. Kau anugerah Sang Maha Rahim, semoga Allah berkahi kita. Kekasih penguat jiwaku, berdoa kau dan aku di jannah. Temukan kekuatanku di sisimu, kau hadir sempurnakan seluruh hidupku. Oh, inilah janjiku kepadamu, sepanjang hidup bersamamu, kesetiaanku tulus untukmu hingga akhir waktu. Kaulah cintaku, cintaku sepanjang hidup. Seiring waktu aku bersyukur atas hadirmu kini dan selamanya. Aku milikmu, yakini hatiku. Bersamamu ku sadari inilah cinta.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Assalamualaikum everyone. You're listening to the Mindset Show you're listening to Revive FM, studio number 0333 444 0940. If you need to text 07851 391 365. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Mixlr, TuneIn, and web is revivefm.co.uk. Assalamu alaikum brothers, sisters, and fellow community listeners. You're listening to the Mindset Show here with Mubashar Latif. I am coach, trainer, and we're here discussing the Mindset Show on Revive FM. Start of the radio station, start of Ramadan. This is like maybe the second Ramadan. Yes, second of Ramadan, mashallah. We have 2nd of Ramadan in this blessed month, and we have this radio station, Revive FM. Now, my show is about the mindset show. What is mindset? What does mindset mean? What impact does mindset have on you? I mean, I've got here today. I was on the way. I was delayed in traffic, as we all do sometimes. Raining and pouring outside. People rushing everywhere after work or wherever, trying to get home, get somewhere. And I could have got here and said, oh crap, oh gosh. And by the way, I don't swear. I never ever do. And I actually choose not to swear, and that's something maybe I'll touch on a bit later. Now, I could have got here, pulling my hair out, said to the guys, look, I'm sorry I've delayed, XYZ has happened, whatnot, and I could be in a right state. Sometimes we all are. Sometimes we get to work, or we get somewhere, we're all delayed, or something's happened and we're like, oh gosh, had the most rubbish day at work. Some of us, at work, they're due to finish and they've had a last minute emergency, and they end up staying like another hour sorting something out, or whatever, something's happened. Now, we always have things happening, like British weather, unexpected. Last week was bright and sunny, nice, lovely, hot, coming up to summer. We had some hot summer sun last week. This week it's just been a lot of heavy rain, a lot of rain so far. And yes, we're drenched, yes, it's cold, but the people out there who are fasting, it's a great blessing for us. Blessing because it's not so hot. Approaching the sum of 18 hours of no food, no hot water, no drink, no nothing. And you're out there working in your day-to-day job, whether it's a labour work, whether it's office work, whether it's whatever it is. And it's being that much more patient. Being patient and knowing that someone is, just being patient for that something better. And achieving and attaining that something better. And we all go through stuff in life. Go through the good days, the bad days, the rubbish days, the wish I wasn't here days, why did I sign up to this days? Whether it be in our relationship, in our family, in our work, in our jobs, in our business, those of you who've got your own business, with your kids, even as much as you love them, with your other half as much as you love them, even with your health. We go through these things day in, day out, where we have good days, we have bad days. We have all sorts of days. Yeah, but then you bounce back up. You bring yourself back up, and this is mindset. There's a certain mindset, and I'm going to be discussing two different kinds of mindset that we generally have, or people have, and how you can transition from one to the other. And we go through our life, we go through, a lot of people, majority of people go through their lives. You have the fun and laughs, you have the holidays, you have the presents, you have the toys, the gifts, the good, the bad, whatever. You have the enjoyment and fun, but you still go through, a lot of people go through their lives passively. And this tends to show more as you get older and certain things start affecting, and your mindset results in certain health issues later. And we know this is very common in our communities where we have health issues. We have diabetes, we have heart issues, we have high blood pressure, we have so many other things anyway. And I'm not here today to talk about all of these health issues. It's a mindset that's behind these health issues. See, as a coach, as a hypnotherapist, I work with a lot of clients where after a while their health and their state has improved. Their health issues have improved. At no point do I diagnose or stop their medication because I'm not qualified to. I advise them to go back to their GP or to their specialist and have a review. And either their medicine is reduced or it even stops. But that is not my decision, and I do not at any point advise them to stop their medication. It's all about mindset, how mindset impacts everything in life that you do, or don't do, or wish you could do. And that's another thing. We always wish for so many things that we wish we could do, but there's so many things that we just do not do. And life would be in a better place, in a different place, if we did a lot of the things that we wished for. So we live our lives passively, going through the motions, going through, the family, the work, the business, the school runs, whatever you do, you go through and you come out 40 years later, 50 years later. Where did my life go? What did I just achieve? Did I achieve anything? Did I really achieve anything? Actually in school, you might think I could have actually been a great sports player in basketball, tennis or whatever, or I was really great at writing, or I was really great at painting, or I was really great at this or something, and I never pursued that because my parents wanted me to do this degree, get into engineering or a doctor or a lawyer. Now that's the first time we've heard that one, isn't it? And be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer and work hard and get your own house. So you've got your house, you've got your career, you've got your job, and oh, I'm married now. And then you've got married, you've got into kids, and oh, I'm busy with kids, young kids, toddlers, go to primary school, secondary school, and then you go through all the motion. Then they're like at university, they're working, and then hey, it's time for their marriage, and it's time for this, time for that. I will deal with myself later, is what you always say to yourself. But when does that later actually ever come? Does it even come? In reality, will it ever actually come? Is a question you have to ask yourselves. Because it's not a computer game where you have extra lives. You only have one life. There are probably like 12 billion people on the planet last time I counted. Yet how many, each and every single one of them are different. No two people are the same, not even twins, not even triplets. They're similar, they may even look the same to the eye. But actually, in fact, they're different habits, different interests, different activities, different personalities. And this is something I came across when I was studying philosophy back at university many years ago, is the philosophy of culture. What actually is culture? Culture isn't just, okay, I'm Asian, you're Indian, you're English, you like this music, you like that food. It's more than that. It's a lot deeper than that. And this is what I do with my clients. I go very, very deep. I don't just look on the surface and say, right, where you are in life, okay, fine, let's try sorting it. I go really, really deep with my clients. And when you go deep with the definition of culture from a philosophical point of view, if I can say the word right, it's been a while since I've said that. When you go really deep into culture, culture is defined by philosophers, modern philosophers, as two or more people engaged in the same activity at the same time. What does that mean? You get on a bus, and after a few stops, then you have to change another bus, and then you walk somewhere, and maybe you need to get on a train station. And you get the train, and you get the central line somewhere, and then you have to change somewhere else. The people that were with you on that bus journey, the first bus journey, they are part of the same culture, because every morning at the same time they get on the same bus from the same place at the same time, going to the same destination. And then when you walked, you got to the next bus. That is also people engaged in a different culture. And then you got the train. There is also people engaged in a culture. You got up to the central line. So even if someone was on the same stop as you or was on the train before you got on, and then they're on the train, they get off at, one stop after you get on. For that period, that stop that you're on the same train at the same time, you are both involved in that same culture. And this is how deep culture goes in terms of philosophy. Now, where does that come into with mindset? Because we grow up with a different culture, we grow up with different surroundings, we grow up with people telling us what to do, telling us what we can't do. We look at our limitations, who tell us our limitations, who tell us you can't do this because you're not good enough. You can't do this because you're not old enough. You can't do this because of X, Y, Z. The two types of main mindsets that every individual fits into, which are either a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. Which one are you? Now, a fixed mindset is majority of the population, is where we are fixed and we passively go through the motions. Sorry. And it doesn't mean that we have no emotion, we don't laugh, we don't have fun, we don't do all of that. You have your parties, you have your holidays, you have fun with the kids, fun with your family, etc., etc. You excel in your career, you go out and achieve anything and everything you can, but you're still, to some extent, in a fixed mindset. Because there's something lacking, something there, something that when you look at and you think, this is missing, I wish I could have done this, if I had done this, life would have been different. And you still have potential, and you have that time to go back and change. You have time from your career, from your busy lives, to start getting on a schedule where, let's say, you do half an hour a week, or whatever, a very small time, and you start dedicating it to that interest, that hobby. It's never ever too late, my listeners, my dear sisters and brothers of other mothers, my dear fellow listeners of the whole community, whoever's listening, whoever's Muslim or non-Muslim. And it's all about where you are now. See, this is something where I've had relatives or friends and family or people who've spoken to in the past and over the years, and I've said to many people in the past that the London Underground is one of the easiest undergrounds to understand and get around from. Doesn't matter if you fully understand English or not, doesn't matter whatever, it's color coded. You just have to know where you are and where you want to go. How easy does that sound? Where you are, where you want to go, and that's it. If only life was as simple as that. If only life was as plain and easy as that. This is where I am, this is the stop I am, and this is where I want to get to. And this, by knowing that this is where I want to get to, this is the route I need to take. I need to go on this line, go on the central line, change here, cross over there, go and get that train, and there I am. But it doesn't work like that in life, as we know. Life takes unexpected routes, unexpected journeys. We get to points where, we're on a journey and unexpectedly things happen. We plan something, we prepare something, and out of the blue something happens. Completely washes your plan out the window. Or completely takes you on a diversion. When we look at this, when we see where we are in our lives, for a lot of us, or most of us, we know where we are in our life. We know where we would like to get to, which is a dream. But we don't know exactly where we want to get to, which is a goal. It's like, how many of you are listening can drive? Majority probably of you would raise your hands that you can all drive. Yet at the same time, How many of you, if you can't drive, have ever sat in a car? Pretty much everyone has sat in the car who's listening, right? And you've all gone on a journey at night time, on a long distance journey, or wherever, whether it's half an hour, 40 minutes away, wherever. Everyone's been in a car at night time, or even on the plane. But you've been in the car, and you can't always, or rather you can never ever see the end destination, but you're driving. You've got your headlights on, and they only show like sort of 20 foot ahead of you, maybe, but you can never see the whole journey from when you start, unless you're driving to the end of the road. But even then, you can't see the whole journey. Excuse me. You know where you want to go, and you're not mentally prepared for any delays. You don't think to yourself, right, there's going to be a delay, there's going to be this. You just get out, get in your car and go. But at the same time, when you do have delays, when you do have that traffic jam, when you do have the unexpected flat tire, or you do have to stop over, or you have a diversion, or anything that delays your journey, what do? Do you get halfway and say, oh, you know what, I can't do it anymore, I have to stop this journey now, I have to get back? Imagine driving from London to Scotland, say for example, 8 hours, 7-8 hours drive maybe. You don't get halfway to, I don't know, Manchester, Birmingham, and say, well, you know what, oh, it's too long, it's taking too long, there's traffic on the motorways, let's just go back to London. You need to get to Scotland for that wedding. You need to get there for that party, or whatever the occasion, or that conference, or that meeting. You have to get there. You're not going to turn back halfway. Yeah, you might have a delay. So let's say you've had a delay, whatever the cause of delay, and and then you get to Scotland, and then when you look back, you'll be like, yes, I had a delay. I was delayed by an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the delay is. But you know what? I got there. And that party, that wedding was brilliant. We had a great time. That conference was amazing. Met so many people there. It was very informative. That meeting, business meeting, or whatever the purpose of the meeting, it was very, very beneficial. And yeah, so I had a bit of a delay, 3 hours there, but doesn't matter. I missed the morning, or part of it. I got there in the end. Now, what do we do in life? We get through on that journey. How many times do we give up? And we get back in the car, we turn the car on, and the car's about to start, or it's just started, and we drive it a few foot, and then we give up. It's like living in London all your life, and it's like, you know what, I'd like to go to Edinburgh, I'd like to go to Glasgow, I'd like to go to Devon, I'd like to go to wherever, Yorkshire, see more of the country, or I'd like to do a tour around Europe. You get in the car, you turn the engine on, you start driving for a few foot, or for a few minutes, or even for a couple of hours, then you turn back. I can't do it anymore. It's too much. It's too tough. How many times have we given up on our dreams, on our goals, and wished that, life was different? We wish every day that our life is different, that parts of certain aspects of our life would change, yet at the same time, we continue through the motions passively, going through. Just an interesting fact, or just when I mentioned passively, I just remembered, who's a smoker here or around smokers? Passive smokers are 27% more likely to get cancer than actual smokers themselves. How deep is that? We take in the smoke, we're more likely to get cancer than they are. Is that fair? just using that example, that when you're more passive, that's actually more dangerous than going out, trying it, and feeling the pain, feeling the hurt, and falling and failing. And this is what it comes down to. Because as a child, when you fell down, people judged you. They looked at you and they laughed at you and they put you down, and you felt that. But as a child, you didn't really care, because you had your filters were all open. And when you get older, you then hold on to that. Because as a child, you didn't care. You got up, you ran around, you did whatever you have to. You fell 100 times and you got up again. But the filters are, briefly I'll touch on this. The filters are, every individual absorbs information, takes in the same information. So we are exposed to the same things day in, day out. So for example, if we're watching a film, we're exposed to the same film, the same material, the same sounds, and the same colour and the same feelings, but two people will respond differently. If it's an emotional film, one person might start crying and the other person will just look at them like, how bizarre. Because they see the film as real. But the filters, these three filters are first one is where we delete information. So we take in information, but we don't take in all of the information. So we hear what we want to hear. We don't fully absorb what was fully said. And we think that they said something, but they didn't fully say that. They only said part of it, or we've only repeated back part of it. And then you have generalize. You know, like, everyone's always like this. They always say this to me, X, Y, Z. And then you have distortion. You get the information, you think you've heard what you've heard, but you haven't actually heard it fully the way it is. And you may distort it, you may add a bit to it, and you may take a bit off, just like Chinese whispers. And through these filters, the children's filters are all open, are a lot more receptive. Whereas adults, our filters are a lot more stronger and a lot more in place, and we take things through our filters. And it's through these filters that we look back to our childhood and say, well, actually, when I was a child, I couldn't actually do this, or I fell over, or I was told I can't do this, or I was told I wasn't good enough. And then we carry through that as an adult, and when we carry through as an adult, as a result, it holds us back towards pursuing our dreams, our goals. Excuse me. Now, with this mindset, the growth mindset or the fixed mindset, so the fixed mindset is where we are fixed in our patterns, fixed in our patterns of thinking, fixed in our patterns of doing, fixed in our patterns of being. So we are being the same person. Einstein, we all know who Einstein is, right? Famous scientist, Einstein, he had a lot of scientific discoveries. One of his famous quotes is, insanity, madness, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. The mind which created the problem cannot be the same mind to solve that problem. If you are in a situation or life is not moving forward in any direction, then it's a mindset issue. This is all it is. Whether it's in your physical health, whether it's in your business, in your life, in your relationships, in your school, with your children, with your other half, with whoever, with your boss, with your colleagues, if there are obstacles in any form, in any manner, more than any other resources of not knowing the skills, not having the money, not having the time, more than anything, it's a mindset shift which is required. It's a mindset that you've been carrying for many, many years, that emotional baggage, you've been carrying that through, and as a result, you are where you are now. However, now knowing that there's an alternative, knowing that the grass is greener on the other side, knowing that you can actually change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And it's very possible within a short space of time, regardless of however many years you've been carrying this emotional baggage, then that completely turns things on their head. And it's like, for many people listening, it may be like a way out and a way to escape prison, or a way to realize that your prison sentence will actually come to an end, rather than just ongoing forever. And every day you have this choice. You have a choice whether you want to continue following your lifestyle, continue following where you are, continue with those challenges, continue in that pain. Or if you want to start going towards and attaining something new, attaining your goals and your dreams, and to working towards the pleasure. The pain is difficult, the pain is painful, the pain hurts. It gives you terrible memories of the past, terrible memories and focus of what might happen in the future, which holds you from going. And the past, terrible memories that we hold on to, keeps you in the past, and the terrible focus, thinking and focusing your mindset that it's going to be terrible in the future, it's going to be very dark, very more people pointing fingers at you and more people holding you back. As a result, you also stay put in the past, or stay put where you are, which then becomes the past. So it's almost like you are checkmate. But in actual fact, if you look closely on the board, you are not checkmate, you are only check. There is a way out. There is one way out, and there is a way out. Just like a lot of my clients, I say to them, look, if you are doing a jigsaw puzzle, and you cannot know from just looking at the one jigsaw puzzle, from the shape of it, the patterns of it, the colors of it, where it goes. What you need to do is hold it back into the picture. Step back and hold it back and see where it fits in with everything, then you can see. And this is what we tend to do in our lives, day in, day out. We focus on that jigsaw puzzle. The patterns, the colors. I'm trying to work out where this picture goes, that this piece goes, and it's like a 1,000-piece puzzle. But what we don't do, what we don't realize, is we need to hold that piece back in with the picture on the front of the box, or on the rest of the picture and the rest of the jigsaw that we've made, and see where it fits in, and then we will know easily where it fits in. Because we focus on things that have happened, and we think that we've got it so bad. No one else has it so bad except us. I can't tell anyone, I can't share it with anyone. What about the ridicule? What are people going to say? And this is what it comes down to. And these are the things that keep you in the fixed mindset. But now, where every day you have a choice, and every day you choose your thoughts, your language, your actions, the words that you use, decide and have an impact. Yes, as Muslims, majority of us are Muslims listening, that everything is already pre-decreed, destiny, by the qadr of Allah. Yet at the same time we have a choice. You can't just sit somewhere at home and say, if Allah wills, I will go to the mosque. You have to physically get up and go, whether you're driving, whether you're walking, whether you're taking a bus or a train, whatever. You have to get up and physically move and go. In the same way, every day you have a choice of your thoughts, your language, the words that you say, what you say to yourselves, your inner dialogue, what you feel, your emotions, and what you do or don't do. We are blessed with this blessed month of Ramadan, where every action, every thought, every word that we say counts. How many of us would be in such in working for a job or a company where you're on commission for every thought, every minor action, every minor word that you say, that you listen to. Because now this is brought to our awareness of the month of Ramadan, that for every moment, every second, every moment of a second, you will be rewarded. You will get that bonus. You will get that ajr for what you say or what you don't say, what you think or what you don't think, how you control your thoughts, how you control your feelings, how you control your actions, and everything you do. Mindset. As soon as the month of Ramadan starts, every mosque is full, jam-packed. As soon as the month is over, after Eid, the mosques are empty again for the rest of the year, until you have the Eid prayers or you have the Jummah. But generally, the mosques are empty again. You will never ever in any other month of Ramadan or even any other day of the year, you will never ever get every mosque filled like it is in Ramadan. You will never ever have that filled simultaneously at the same time like it is in the month of Ramadan in any other time of the year, for even for one day or even for 1 hour, for even one prayer. Mindset shift. It's a mindset. There are some people out there who, even in the month of Ramadan, they will carry on their life as normal, as there's no change. They won't go to the mosque, they won't fast, they won't do any change of good stuff, they won't stop doing any bad stuff, they'll just carry on doing. And that's fine, because everyone's on a different place, in a different on a journey, and we can only make dua for them. We can only give them words of encouragement and actions of encouragement that this is a better way. Take it or leave it. Mindset shift. Fixed mindset or growth mindset. Take it or leave it. In Ramadan, as soon as it starts and it's announced that yes, Ramadan is from tomorrow, people rush and the masjids are full for Tarawih prayer. The masjids are full for Sehri. People are getting up all over the country, the world, in your city, in your local area, everywhere, getting up for Sehri according to their time. Mindset shift. Fixed to growth. People are getting up all over the world. People are fasting. People are all together simultaneously in London, 17, 18 hours, no food, no water, no nothing. Millions of people. All of a sudden, just by the Imam saying, it is now Ramadan. Mindset shift. Which goes to show, and we're coming up towards the end of the show, and inshallah this is going to be a regular show, so and it's all on social media. You know, we are all over this Revive FM. We're all over on social media, Facebook, YouTube, MixLR, TuneIn. We're online, so there's absolutely no excuse for you not to tune in, no excuse for you not to listen, no excuse for you not to share this. I mean, people are sharing this faster than I can blink on Snapchat. So, you know, we have Snapchat today, which I still haven't got my head around, and I just leave it to the youngsters. You know, not every social media has to be taken up by every individual. So please, listeners, please do share this with everyone. If there's any benefit today you've had or from the show, then it's by the blessings of Allah, subhanallah, alhamdulillah. And if you've had any benefit, it's only by the blessing of Allah. Please share this on the show. Share it faster than you've shared any Snapchat show, because you will then get the ajr of this every time someone listens to Revive FM. You will get the ajr for it. Every time someone else listens, then they will get the reward. And see, a lot of people say, you probably heard of the pyramid scheme, right? In multi-level in marketing. The pyramid scheme, a lot of people disagree with it, and they say it's just a money-making scheme. There's all these different, and there's scams, whatnot. We're not here to mention any names. We're not discussing that. But the interesting thing is Islam has its own pyramid scheme. One person has listened to you and you've passed on some knowledge. They've made use of that. You are getting the ajr. You're getting the reward. Their reward is not lessened, but you also get reward without doing anything more. Passive income. So for all of you entrepreneurs, businessmen out there, passive income. Investing in the hereafter. Investing in passive income. A lot of you know that developing a business that you don't have to look over and it's making you money in your sleep, making you money whilst you're eating food, is what we all hope for, and many of us are actually in that position right now, alhamdulillah, and inshallah we all have the potential to get there, inshallah, one day. So by you sharing and telling someone else about Revive FM, you will get the ajr. Mindset shift. They will tell someone else, you will also get the ajr. Mindset shift. Like a drop in the ocean. One drop of water cannot change the riverbanks, cannot change the rocks, but thousands and millions of drops of water that come together will be gushing and flowing of the river, and they will change the course of the riverbank. Subhanallah. And this is how you can attain this passive income. And it's just a mindset shift. This is all it is, my dear sisters and brothers of other mothers, and my fellow listeners, my dear community, whoever's listening. This is just a mindset shift. In Ramadan, as soon as it started, the Imam said, it's announced in the masjid, or whoever announced, that it's Ramadan, mindset shift. 30-day mindset shift. How? If you look at it, it's an amazing phenomenon. Worldwide, you don't have this anywhere in the world. You don't have this, every other religion has their different celebrations and their festivals. But Ramadan is something so special and something so spectacular. If you look at it from an outsider's point of view, it's completely amazing. And as a coach and as a hypnotherapist, I find this completely amazing how Islam ties in and overlaps, and coaching overlaps with Islam. Excuse me. I mean, there's principles and ideas from every religion, faith and culture that could be applied in coaching. From a Muslim point of view, from Islamic point of view, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His infinite wisdom 14 centuries ago tells us in the Quran, Surah Ar-Ra'd, Surah number 13, Ayah number 11, and we will not change what's around you until you change what's within you. Your life will never ever change. You will never achieve your goals and dreams and desires and whatever you intend to, or reach your potential, if you don't take that action. Mindset shift. Fixed mindset to growth mindset. And this is pretty much coaching in a nutshell. The mindset. If you do not change what's around, until that around you will never ever change, until you do not change what's within yourself. How is it, my dear listeners, that as soon as Ramadan is announced, 30 days, we are willing to go hungry for 17, 18 hours a day? No food, no drink, not amongst our friends or family, and not even in private. Let me just go to the back room here, to the stock room. Or let me just go quietly downstairs, like nip downstairs, no one's looking, quickly. Or let me just go around the corner and have a look, go behind the bus stop. You have that option. You have that choice. The policeman is not going to give you a fine. You're not going to get taken to court if you have a drop of water, or if you have a burger meal behind, quietly, like hidden behind a bush. No one is going to send you to prison. Yet we still do not do that. Why? Mindset shift. Taqwa. Mindset shift. You have that choice. So clearly, if you can do it every year for a whole month, day in, day out, you can make that choice to, get up early in the morning, have some food, and then not eat for the next 17, 18 hours of the day, not in public, not in secret. And you start automatically, somehow, like a machine, like a switch turned on. You pray your 5 prayers, you read Quran, you go to the masjid, stand at masjid in the evening when you could be sleeping or partying and chilling with your friends. You stand in the masjid for 2 hours on end. Hour and a half, 2 hours. And you do that day in, day out. Why? Who's paying you? How much are you getting for it? Even if you're getting paid 1p a second for that month, I want some. Mindset shift, my dear listeners. It's been a lovely show. It's been a great introduction, and this is just an introduction of what's more to come. I just finished on this last point where we say to a lot of I say to a lot of my clients, I say, look, you can't be, whatever your potential, everyone has a potential, right? Let's say you're one person's a doctor, one's a lawyer or an engineer, whatever. You can't be everything all at once to a high level, right? So, but at the same time, if your potential, let's just say it's the size of this room, or the size of your house, or the size of your street, your potential is the size of your street, or the size of a football pitch, or whatever. Why are you limiting your potential to an A4 sheet of paper? Is your choice. Jazakallah khair, my dear sisters and brothers. It's been a great show. And I will now, it's coming to the end of the show. We'll be wrapping up. If you have any questions, please get in touch and contact the studio. My name is Mubashar Latif, and I will be on the Mindset Show every week. And you're listening to Revive FM 0333 444 0940 07851 391 365. And we're live on FM 94.0. Jazakallah khair for listening. And Ramadan Mubarak. And may you have a fantastic iftar. And may your du'as be accepted. Assalamu alaikum.
You are the one that I